Hello, Rise Up Visionaries. I'm Susan May, and I'm here to share my journey to inspire you on your journey of unplugging. So, I had a plan for going live today, but I have decided to change my plan. My original plan was to talk to you a little bit about how just a year ago, I didn't even have an idea for a business, and I want to talk to you all about that some more in the next couple weeks because there's an exciting opportunity coming up. But my intuition was telling me to address something else today. So if you are interested in the business side of the Rise Up with Susan May experience, I highly suggest getting on my email list because I'm going to be sending some emails out that may interest you. But for today, I want to talk about something more pressing, which is healing our hearts. I, over the weekend, had what I think was some resurfacing of grief. And at first I thought, oh, I'm tired and just a little sad because I felt really tired all last week. And maybe at first it was just that, feeling a little tired and sad. But I went from being a little tired to feeling really drained and empty. And finally, yesterday on Sunday, I had that heavier feeling. It's like a weight in my chest that I have come to recognize is like the signs of feeling really kind of depressed. And so maybe it was just that I was tired at first, but it turned into something more. And so I analyzed, what were things that I was doing differently, maybe, or what were things going on? What was I feeling? What was I thinking? And honestly, when I get tired, and I think this is true for most of us, there are things that I do that aren't the healthiest. I think social media habits. Often when we're tired, instead of doing something good for us, we have a habit of distracting ourselves. So I did that a little bit, but I talked through things with some people I trust and that love me, and I realized it really was deeper than that. It was grief being re-triggered of my friend that died in 2021. And it brought up a lot of hard questions about what can I do, what should I do to help people that are in need? How can I help people in a way that's fair and healthy for myself and for my family? And I was just thinking about, why is life so unfair? Why are people so messy? Just all of these big, hard life questions were coming up for me, and my place in it. Like, what is my role? When am I being selfish? Just these hard questions. So this morning, Carter woke me up, or we woke up together at 5 a.m., which is not the greatest, but I lay there with him for like 2 hours, and I could literally feel my heart hurting in my chest, thinking about someone in need that has reached out to me, and then my friends' words of advice, and just thinking about my path forward and what are the choices I have. And I just let myself feel all those feelings and let those thoughts flow. And I literally felt my heart heal. It was pretty amazing. Like, I don't know how many of you feel that, but my heart was hurting. It was aching in my chest. And at the end of this 2 hours of just letting myself feel it and letting myself not analyze it, but just let the thoughts flow and let memories flow and let ideas of what are my choices, what can I do? I know I'm not getting specific here, but it was a healing process. And what I want to share is that if you feel depressed or unmotivated, there's something in you that needs healing. And the past 2 years, as a society, we have had so much thrown at us that we all have areas in need of healing. So the best thing you can do now is to turn your attention to those areas. If you've been ignoring them, if you've been compartmentalizing them, now is the time to start that healing process. And I'm not talking about complaining or wallowing or any of those kind of negative things we think of Like sometimes we think, oh, just snap out of it. Just, move on or whatever. I'm talking about turning your loving attention on things that need your loving attention, that perhaps you have been ignoring because it was the best. There are times in our life when to get through those times, we need to just power through, right? But powering through will never heal us. And so turn your focus on it. And hi, Diana. Turn your focus on what needs healing. And one thing I do know is that it's not, there are no right answers. There's not like a definitive process that I can hand to you and say, this is how you heal your heart. You need to tune into yourself. And what I can tell you is that almost always the process is slower than what we want. We want to be instantly healed, right? But that's just not how it works. But I can also tell you that the more you neglect these areas of yourself that need healing, the harder and the longer it will take to heal, because your heart will get harder. You're building up more walls as you try to protect yourself. And so it's really important. I think it's so important for us to all focus on our individual healing, because that is what's going to heal our society. I have a little analogy for you. Here is our pool. Okay, you can see Carter walking around over there. Okay, so some of you may have seen that pool recently in some of my lives, and it was really, really disgusting, like really green. And it has taken Mike and I, and mostly Mike, because he has done the majority of the work, weeks to get it looking that clear again. And it took a lot of experimenting. Like, Mike, we had to, yes, we tested the levels as well as we know how for chlorine and for pH, and we added things, but there was some guesswork too, right? It's a little bit of an artwork, and there's a lot of persistence. Like, we had to change the filters and clean them multiple times a day and keep the cleaner running. And the rewards are paying off. It's showing. So I feel like healing is kind of like that. It's a lot. There are certain things that I can tell you to do, but there's also like a lot of experimentation that you just need to try different things. And gradually and slowly, you will heal. So those are my thoughts on healing our hearts. Like I said, I think this is such important work because we've all been hurt in one way or another. And that's part of living. We cannot be alive and not get hurt, right? But it's each of our responsibility to take care of ourselves and our own healing. And I don't mean that we can do it alone. I had help. I had a lot of help this past weekend with people, maybe some people didn't even know they were helping me. Just getting out and interacting with other people when I knew that would be good for me. Just having my husband's care, like knowing that he's going out to get groceries to provide for our family. Having a friend tell me, I'm thinking of you and I'm praying for you. We can't heal on our own, but also other people can't do it for us, okay? So it's something that you need to take responsibility for, because everyone else is counting on you to become your whole best self. And that is the best way that we can give to the world. So I love you all, and I will be coming back live Wednesday at 11. These are my 2 new times, Monday and Wednesday at 11 a.m. And I would love to have you join my newsletter because I do want to share with you all how I got started on this path of just sharing myself and starting this business, this Rise Up with Susan May community, and the courses that I've been offering. And I think so many of us are struggling, or have been struggling the past 2 years, and we're looking for new creative ways of making money, of being in relationship with each other, of sharing our gifts. And so if that's something you're interested in exploring, I'm going to be sharing about that. So I love you all. Remember, be bold, be brave, be you, because who else is there to be? I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.